Hello, welcome back to Headlines from the Korea JoongAng Daily. It's starting to warm up, spring has arrived, and that's good news for us because there's more sports to look at. Now, here on Headlines, we look at Korean athletes, Korean coaches, and Korean teams in the news around the world, and today we are talking about golf. Now, we haven't done golf yet. I thought about doing it last week when Amy Yang won an event, but LPGA doesn't really get as much coverage in international news as it does Korean news. Typically, it's more about the PGA. But this week, with Park Sung-hyun winning in Singapore, there is some news to cover. So first of all, we'll have a little look at the Korea JoongAng Daily. Park tears through the field for Singapore win. Park Sung-hyun picked up her first win of the season in only her second appearance this year, storming to victory at the HSBC's Women's World Championship at Sentosa Golf Club, Tanjong Course in Singapore on Sunday. Now, a lot of this language is going to be very familiar in the foreign media as well. Park tears through the field. That implies an aggressive motion because, of course, she came from behind on the first day to then win on the final day. She tears through the field, storming to victory. They're very aggressive sounding verbs because she did such a remarkable come from behind play. And if we look at foreign media, very much the same idea. Sky Sports, Park storms to World Championship win. Sung-hyun Park produced a sparkling final round of 64 to win the HSBC Women's World Championship in Singapore by 2 strokes. Again, storms to victory, a very aggressive, very impressive action, and sparkling almost implies magical. We take a look at Yahoo News. Park Sung-hyun posts stunning 64 to win HSBC tournament from 4 strokes back. And the lead here, what had looked to be a likely coronation for the world #1 golfer after 3 rounds of the HSBC Women's World Championship, turned instead into a shootout between the world #2 and #3 in the final round on Sunday. So a coronation is when you make someone king or queen. So this was supposed to be a coronation for the world #1, and it didn't turn out that way at all because it ended up being a shootout, like a gun battle, a high stakes thing between the world #2 and #3, which of course is Park Sung-hyun and Min-ji Lee. Finally, if we look at Golf Digest, slightly different angle, Sung-hyun Park wins 6th LPGA title, credits Tiger Woods. This was very common in a lot of international media, the fact that she credited Tiger Woods, of course we know her hero. Beyond her ability to stay hyper-focused, Park also gave credit to Tiger Woods for the victory. If Tiger is watching this interview, Park said in her post-win press conference, then I would want to say that because we met, you gave me such a good energy, that made me win this tournament. So that also made a lot of news stories and maybe helped boost Park Sung-hyun's win in foreign media with the Tiger Woods reference. Either way, it's great to see a Korean female golfer making headlines not just in golf publications but also in other sports media. Okay, so that was yesterday's headlines. Today, we've got a little bit more news that Park is now world #1 again. So I want to have a little look at a couple of extra headlines. The first one here we take from the LPGA. A new world #1 rises in Rolex Moves of the Week for March 4th. It's quite grand, it rises like a phoenix. And the lead says, calling her shot like Babe Ruth, 3 weeks ago Park's team put out a press release saying that Park will soon reclaim the world #1 spot. She backed that up with the spot claimed following her win in Singapore. Park credited her victory to a former world #1 golfer in Tiger Woods, who she met at a tailor-made commercial shoot roughly 3 weeks ago. So, calling her shot like Babe Ruth is comparing her to the legendary baseball player Babe Ruth, who famously pointed to the bleachers immediately before hitting a home run there. And then also it pulls that Tiger Woods thing again, which is very popular in international media. The only other story really to cover this, surprisingly, is Reuters, and the headline gives us a hint why. Johnson Park reclaim #1 world rankings. Now, as I discussed yesterday, a lot of foreign media much prefers to cover the PGA than the LPGA, and in this case the fact that Dustin Johnson also reclaimed his #1 spot is the headline news. If we look at the story, you have to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 paragraphs before you get South Korea's Sung-hyun Park reclaiming the top spot. So really there wasn't that much news about this, but it's still interesting to see. That's it for headlines this week. We'll be back next week with more news from around the world about Korean athletes, Korean coaches and Korean teams in foreign media. Thank you.